Ozempic costs $15,000 a year. It works by mimicking a hormone your body already makes, a hormone called GLP-1. That hormone tells your brain you're full. It slows your digestion, it stabilizes your blood sugar, it kills cravings. And here's the thing, nobody selling you a $1,500 monthly injection wants you to know. Your body already produces GLP-1 naturally every time you eat. The question isn't whether you have it. The question is whether you're eating the foods that trigger it, because certain foods activate the exact same pathways that Ozempic does. They boost GLP-1 release, they slow gastric emptying, they regulate blood sugar, they crush appetite. Not with a needle, not with a prescription, not with a $15,000 annual subscription that you can't stop taking without gaining everything back, plus more. With food. Real food that costs you maybe $20 a week. Food number 1, protein, especially at breakfast. This is the single most important one on the list, and it's the one the supplement industry will never lead with because they can't put a patent on eggs. Protein is the most powerful natural trigger of GLP-1 that exists. When protein hits the L cells in your gut, those cells release GLP-1 directly. Same hormone, same cells, same mechanism that Ozempic mimics artificially. Here's what the research shows. 30 grams of protein at breakfast reduces cravings by roughly 60% for the entire day. It decreases late-night snacking by about 50%. It increases your metabolic rate by 20 to 30% during digestion. That's called the thermic effect of food. Your body burns more calories just processing protein than it does processing any other macronutrient. And it keeps you full for 3 to 4 hours longer than a carb-heavy breakfast. Think about what most people eat for breakfast. Cereal, toast, a muffin, orange juice. That's sugar, 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 and sugar. Your blood sugar spikes. Insulin floods in. GLP-1 barely moves. 2 hours later, you're starving, craving more sugar and reaching for a snack. Now imagine this instead. 3 eggs, some leftover meats, full-fat yogurt, maybe some nuts. That's 30 to 40 grams of protein. Your GLP-1 fires. Your blood sugar stays flat. You're full until lunch without thinking about food. No injection required, just eggs. Food number 2, apple cider vinegar. This one sounds like a wellness fad. It's not. The research is surprisingly solid. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid. When you consume 1 to 2 tablespoons diluted in water 15 minutes before a meal, studies show it slows gastric emptying by roughly 30%. That means food sits in your stomach longer, you feel full longer, you eat less at the next meal. It also reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 34%. That's significant because blood sugar spikes followed by crashes are the primary driver of cravings, energy dips, and overeating. And there's a study of 175 people that showed daily apple cider vinegar consumption increased satiety hormones and reduced overall calorie intake without any other changes. It's not glamorous. It doesn't come in a pen with a Novo Nordisk logo. It costs about $5 a month. How to use it? 1 to 2 tablespoons in a glass of water 15 minutes before your biggest meal. Use a straw if you're worried about your tooth enamel. That's it. Food number 3, fiber. Real fiber, not a supplement. Soluble fiber is one of the strongest natural stimulators of GLP-1 release. When soluble fiber reaches your lower gut, it interacts with the L cells that produce GLP-1. The more fiber you eat, the more GLP-1 your body produces. But here's the problem. The average American eats about 15 grams of fiber per day. Your ancestors ate 100 to 150 grams. Your gut was designed for 10 times more fiber than you're giving it. The best sources: beans, lentils, chickpeas, split peas, oats, chia seeds, flax seeds, vegetables, berries. Let's talk about chia seeds specifically, because they're almost absurdly effective. Chia seeds absorb 10 to 12 times their weight in water. They form a gel in your stomach that physically expands. That expansion triggers stretch receptors that signal fullness. It also slows glucose absorption for 4 to 6 hours. 1 ounce of chia seeds gives you 11 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein, and a solid 1 ounce of chia seeds gives you 11 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein, and a solid dose of omega-3 fatty acids. Cost? About $8 a month. Put 2 tablespoons in water. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Drink it before a meal. Your stomach thinks it's already half full. No needle required. And beans. I know nobody wants to hear this. Beans aren't sexy. Nobody's making a Netflix documentary about lentils. But legumes are the single most underrated food in the world for appetite control and blood sugar regulation. Every traditional culture that maintained healthy weight for centuries ate beans daily. Every single one. Food number 4, berberine. This is the one the internet calls nature's Ozempic. And for once, the internet isn't completely wrong. Berberine is a compound found in several plants, including golden seal and barberry. It's been used in Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years, and the modern research on it is genuinely impressive. Berberine activates something called AMPK, your body's master metabolic switch, the same switch that gets activated during fasting and exercise. When AMPK turns on, your cells become more insulin sensitive, your metabolism shifts toward fat burning, and your gut releases more GLP-1. Studies show berberine at 500 milligrams 3 times daily improves insulin sensitivity, lowers blood sugar, and reduces appetite. One meta-analysis found it produced modest but measurable weight loss. For most people who aren't severely obese, the combination of berberine with the other foods on this list gets you 80% of the appetite suppression at 1% of the cost, and without the dependency. Food number 5, fermented foods. Here's one that connects dots most people miss. Your gut bacteria directly influence how much GLP-1 your body produces. Specifically, a bacterium called Akkermansia muciniphila has been shown in multiple studies to enhance GLP-1 secretion from your intestinal L cells. How do you increase Akkermansia? You feed your gut bacteria properly. And the most effective way to do that is with fermented foods. Sauerkraut, kimchi, full-fat yogurt, kefir, miso, kombucha, fermented pickles. These foods flood your gut with beneficial bacteria that support the entire signaling chain your appetite system runs on. A study out of Stanford found that eating 6 servings of fermented foods daily for 10 weeks dramatically increased gut microbial diversity and reduced markers of inflammation. Gut diversity is directly correlated with better metabolic health, better appetite regulation, and lower obesity rates. Every traditional culture on Earth ate fermented food daily. We stopped. Our guts got worse. Our appetite regulation broke. And now we're injecting a synthetic hormone to replace what our gut bacteria used to do for free. You want natural GLP-1 support? Fix the gut that produces it. Cost? A jar of sauerkraut lasts a week. $4. Food number 6, cinnamon. This one surprises people, but the research is consistent. Ceylon cinnamon, not the cheap cassia kind, the real stuff, has been shown in multiple studies to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce fasting blood sugar, and slow gastric emptying. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Diabetes Science and Technology found that cinnamon consumption significantly improved fasting glucose and insulin sensitivity across multiple trials. Why does this matter for appetite? Because blood sugar stability is the foundation of appetite control. When your blood sugar is stable, your cravings disappear. When it's spiking and crashing all day, you're hungry every 2 hours, no matter how much you ate. Cinnamon helps keep that curve flat. Not as aggressively as Ozempic, but consistently, safely, and for about $6 a month. Half a teaspoon a day. In your coffee, on your yogurt, in your oats. Done. Food number 7, green tea. Green tea contains a catechin called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. It's been studied extensively for its effects on metabolism, fat oxidation, and appetite regulation. EGCG has been shown to increase norepinephrine activity, which boosts metabolic rate. It enhances fat oxidation, meaning your body burns more stored fat for energy. And it has a modest but real appetite-suppressing effect. A meta-analysis of 11 studies found that green tea catechins significantly increased energy expenditure and fat oxidation. The effects aren't dramatic on their own, but combined with the other 6 foods on this list, they stack. Here's the key though. You need real green tea, not a bottled green tea drink loaded with sugar, not a green tea extract pill. Actual tea, brewed, hot or cold, 2 to 3 cups a day. The Japanese have been drinking green tea daily for centuries. They also have some of the lowest obesity rates on Earth. I'm not saying it's entirely the tea, but I'm not saying it's not. Now let me add all this up. Protein at breakfast, apple cider vinegar before meals, fiber-rich foods and chia seeds, berberine, fermented foods daily, cinnamon, green tea. Total monthly cost, roughly $60 to $80. That's less than what Ozempic costs per day. And here's the part that matters most. When you stop Ozempic, 70% of people regain all the weight within 12 months. Many gain back more than they lost because the drug never fixed anything. It suppressed a symptom. The moment you remove the suppression, the symptom comes roaring back. When you eat these foods consistently, you're not suppressing anything. You're rebuilding the system. You're restoring the gut bacteria that produce GLP-1 naturally. You're stabilizing the blood sugar that drives cravings. You're feeding the L cells that regulate your appetite. You're not overriding your biology. You're finally working with it. Ozempic is a Band-Aid made of gold. It works while you wear it. It costs a fortune, and the wound is still there when you take it off. These 7 foods are the actual healing. Slower, yes. Less dramatic, yes. But permanent, because you're fixing the root cause, not masking it with a $1,500 monthly injection. Your body already knows how to regulate appetite. It's been doing it for 200,000 years. It just needs the right inputs. The pharmaceutical industry spent billions engineering a synthetic version of a hormone your gut already makes. And then they charged you $15,000 a year for it. Your kitchen has had the answer the whole time. If you want the evidence-based protocols and the research the food industry would rather you never read, that's exactly what we send in our free newsletter. Over 40,000 people already get it. Links in the description. And if you want every longevity protocol in one place, the foods, the fasting strategies, the daily habits, the science behind why they work, we built the longevity blueprint for exactly that. No fluff, no supplement stacks, just the evidence-based system your body was designed to run on. Use code NEURO for 50% off. Link in the description. Share this with someone who's been told they need a $15,000 injection to stop being hungry. They don't. They need a grocery store.